Welcome, basketball fans of the 15th region. I'm Pete Grigsby Jr. along with Tim Trent for WPRG TV5 Sports. We're bringing you tonight from the McCoy Field House on the campus of Phelps High School, a game between Pikeville and Phelps. And Tim, it looks like we're going to have a good one on hand tonight.
Sure does, Pete. Phelps comes into the game with a record of 1-1, and I think this is Pikeville's first season game. So I'm sure both teams probably be nervous, but it ought to be a barn burner by the end.
I was talking to both coaches for the game, and they expect a really good basketball game. Pikeville expecting a good ball team this year, and so is Phelps. So I believe we're going to have a dandy.
Well, you've got two different districts here. You got Pikeville from the 59th, Phelps from the 60th, and Phelps traditionally has good basketball programs. Pikeville has been rebuilding over the past few years and is predicted to be one of the powers in the 59th district.
Tonight we're welcoming Tim to our crew. Dr. Don has assembled quite a crew throughout the region to call his game for him. And Dr. Don's on camera with us tonight, and he's going to film this entire basketball game. And he asked us not to forget to mention that Friday night they're going to dedicate the new gym with their first home game at South Floyd High School in Floyd County. A game between Friday night South Floyd Raiders and these same Pikeville Panthers. So that's going to be a pretty good contest.
That'll be a real good contest, especially with a brand new gymnasium.
And it's going to be a sight to behold because people on Left Beaver Creek in Floyd County have waited a long time, Tim, for such an arena. And Saturday night, McCoy County will be opening up their season, and that will be at Betsy Lane against the Bobcats.
That ought to be a barn burner too. Betsy Lane's got tradition in Floyd County of being a basketball powerhouse. And McCoy County's always had some good teams in that region. So with PRG TV5 covering it, they only cover the best games.
Well, there's our introduction for tonight's game. We hope that you've enjoyed it, and we hope that you'll sit back in the living room and enjoy this basketball game. I'm Pete Grigsby along with Tim Trent for WPRG TV5 Sports. Once again, we're back here before this game between Phelps and Pikeville. We're honored to have Coach Kevin Garris with us as our guest, one of our guests for a pregame show. And Coach, it's good to have you on our program again, beginning the 1994-95 basketball season.
Well, we really appreciate it, and we appreciate what PRG does for basketball in this area, and it's not very often that children get to play in front of a TV crowd and then get to watch the game that night as well.
Well, it certainly is. I know I'm glad to be back this year, starting a new year for me, myself tonight, and Tim Trent. So we're very excited about this ball game. How do you expect it to come out?
Well, this is our first game, and this will be Phelps' fifth. So we've had 1 week of practice with all of our guys in. So, I'm not expecting a whole lot. I just want us to play hard and battle and rebound. And then, Phelps, this will be their fifth game. And so, I expect them to have a little bit more bigger about them, but what I want to get out of us, I want to see us playing hard and really pushing the ball down the floor. We've got basically a different team than what we had last year. Last year we had a lot of size, and this year we've got a lot of quickness, so we're going to try to take advantage of our quickness.
How many players did you lose from last year's regional team? I know you were runners-up in the district, and you took your team to 15th region. So, Coach, how many players do you have returning?
We end up with 11 players. We have 6 returning lettermen and 3 starters, what we have back. So we've got a pretty good nucleus back. We've got some young people that got a lot of experience JV last year, played a lot of games this summer, and then they've worked extremely hard this fall. We had the addition of getting a foreign exchange student from Finland, which he's out tonight. He had knee surgery. He'll be out about 5 weeks, and hopefully have him back.
What's his name?
Taro Manetti.
Okay. And will he be a pretty good help to the team this year?
I think so. He's good kid. He's been on that junior national team for 3 years, so we expect him to step in and contribute when he gets back.
Well, sounds like you have a good nucleus, a good foundation for a fine basketball team again this year.
Well, we've got shooters this year. We've got good inside play. We've got good ball handlers. We've got quickness around the perimeter, and we've got good defensive players. So I think we're a well-rounded team this year.
Well, that's excellent. Now, what about tonight? What do you expect to do in your opening game tonight?
Well, what we're going to do, we're just going to come out and apply pressure all over the floor for 32 minutes, and we want to make it up-tempo as much as we can. We want to put pressure on the ball. We want to push it on the break, and we're not going to run a lot of half-court offense. We want to get it up. The more chances we have at shots, the more chances we have at it going in, and less turnovers.
Well, in other words, you want Phelps to play your basketball game. You're going to control that tempo.
Well, we're going to try to. Hopefully they won't try to slow it down.
Well, you know that depends on your rebounding strength. And are you pretty good on the boards?
We've got some people that jump real well. We don't block out extremely well, but we have good jumpers. But that doesn't always get it done. What I've stressed tonight is effort, defense, and blocking out and rebounding as the keys to this game.
Okay, thank you, Coach. It's been great talking with you again. Our guest here from Pikeville High School, our fine Coach Geyer, said we're certainly glad to have you with us again.
Thank you. We're glad to have you out here.
Okay. So once again, Pete Grigsby for WPRG TV5 Sports. We'll be back in a moment. Once again, I'm Pete Grigsby Jr. with Coach James Mercer from Phelps High School here on this campus in this nice facility. Coach, it's good to have you with us on TV tonight.
Thank you. It's good to see you guys here. We appreciate you.
This happens to be my debut too, and I understand you had some games in a shootout, but I guess this is your first scheduled basketball game, or is it?
Well, pretty much that's how people see it. We've played 2 scrimmages and 2 games in the Mustang shootout. Right now we're 2-2, and this is our first game here at home for sure.
Well, in other words, it's a good homecoming. You've been on the road quite a bit.
Yes, we have. The kids are glad to get home and see how we can play here on our own floor. We've been shooting the ball pretty good to be on the road, but probably turnovers has cost us a couple wins.
Coach, this is your second, is that correct, at Phelps?
Yes, sir, it is.
What do you expect this year from your ball team, and how many players do you have back from last year's team?
Okay, we've got 2 starters back. Really, we've got 3 starters back. We've got the 2 Sanson boys and Daniel Lester. Big boy plays in the middle for us. Tonight, you won't see Jason Sanson. He got hurt in one of the games over in the shootout, and we won't be using him tonight.
So basically, you have about 3 starters back. And what was your record last year?
Okay, last year we were 13-12, and with these 3 starters back, we had a real good JV group of kids, a bunch of good sophomores, and we stepped some of those kids up, and we're not getting off to as good a start as I thought we would, but I think by mid-season we'll be okay.
All right, then you have a good nucleus to build with. What are your strengths of your team as of now, as you see it?
Probably our ball handling and where we have experience in those areas. We have our one guard, our point guard, Steve Lane. He just does an outstanding job. Gets a lot of help from Bud Sanson, Jason Sanson, and James Andy Dotson that comes in and does a good job for us. And James Andy Dotson will be starting tonight in Jason Sanson's place. And then we have a kid that's a junior that's my son, and Matt Mercer, that does a good job in helping us get the ball up the floor against the pressure. And that'd probably be our strength. People's pressure defense has not hurt us so far.
Do you have good rebounding strength?
Probably if I had to pick an area that we need to work harder in, it would be rebounding. It's an area that we're really concentrating on right now because we're not very big. We're going through a phase right now where we're teaching the kids to key on blocking out and those type of things, but that would be a weakness with us right now.
Well, Coach, let's talk a little bit about tonight's basketball game. What will you do, and will you try to control the tempo of this basketball game?
Okay, Pikeville's usually one of these, in the past, they want to get it out and run with it, and he rotates a lot of good kids, and he's usually quick. Early, we'll probably not try to control the tempo. We're going to come out and probably try to play with them, and then let the score dictate that's what we need to do.
Okay, so you know Pikeville's going to run. Does that mean that you might run also?
Well, anytime we got the ball off the board and we can get a break and a run in transition, we're going to do it. We're not going to come down and sit on it. But at the same time, if we don't get the ball out on a break, we're going to bring it down and try to get what we want.
Who do you expect, Coach, to be your leading scorers for tonight? Who has to score, and who's your go-to guy on offense?
Well, Bud Sanson has led us all year, and Bud led us in scoring last year. So, he's been a leading scorer, but what we got to get other people in our scoring. We got to get other people in our rotation scoring also. And tonight, we're looking for that. We're trying to get everybody involved in our offense.
Well, Coach, it sounds like we're ready for an exciting basketball game because from your pre-game comments and Pikeville coaches' comments, I think it's going to be a very good basketball game.
I think so too.
Well, Coach, it's really good that we're here tonight doing this game for you, and we're glad to be here. We want you to know that we appreciate your support of Phelps High School in these telecasts, and we hope that you'll be watching us in PRG throughout the season.
We most certainly will, and we thank you.
Thank you very much, Coach Mercer.
Thank you.
For being with us on the pregame show. There you have it. Our pregame lineups, our coaches' talks before the game from Phelps High School and Pikeville High School. And now, our fans, you are waiting. Sit back and relax and enjoy a top-notch basketball game coming up in a few moments. I'm Pete Grigsby Jr. for WPRG TV5 Sports.
What's he?
Two nice coaches. Yeah. Welcome again, basketball fans. I'm Pete Grigsby along with Tim Trent. Tim, we're almost ready to start this basketball game.
And we sure are. Team's getting ready to be introduced. There's excitement in the air. The gym's filling up. There goes the buzzer for starting lineups.
And we're almost ready. There's the PA announcer. We're going to turn it up so we can hear him.
To the Pikeville Panthers.
Pikeville Panthers will be introduced first.
Lineups first for Pikeville. Correction. We're going to do the starting of the national anthem first, then we're going to get into the lineups. The colors will be presented tonight by the Phelps JROTC under the instruction of Major Randy Miller and Master Sergeant Doug Kemper. This is the second year Phelps JROTC has presented the colors. The color guard consists of Captain Valerie Prater, Corporal Keith Miller, Sergeant Marie Dotson, and Sergeant Timmy Meadows. Our national anthem will be played by the Phelps High School Band under the direction of Mr. Thomas Horn. Jones. Starting guard, number 14, Ben Wagner. At center, number 10, Scott Justice. At forward, number 32, Josh Lynch. And at forward, number 24, Jonathan Pruitt. Coaching staff of the Pikeville Panthers, head coach Kevin Garris with assistant Bart Williams. Are you ready? We're gonna rock the house, baby! Starting guard, a 5'10" senior, number 41, Steve, right in the fast lane! Starting guard, number 5'9" senior, number 23, James, Andy Dodson! At center, 6'3" senior, number 45, Daniel Lester! Starting forward, a 5'11" senior, number 3, Big Bud Sanson! And at forward, a 6'3" junior, number 21, Matt Mercer! Coaching staff for the Phelps Hornets, the Chief Hornet, Mr. James Mercer, with assistants Gary Walton and Mike Hamilton. Officials for tonight's contest are Dale Kahn and Chris Taylor.
Well, that was quite an introduction. That guy has a lot of enthusiasm for the Phelps Hornets.
Well, you'd almost thought there was Rub Arena here in eastern Pike County, wouldn't you?
We certainly would. That Rick Patino almost got in there, didn't it?
You know, there's a lot of tradition here. Just looking from the rafters here, there's some banners hanging down, the Lady Hornets, region champions. There's a lot of basketball tradition over here in this part of Pike County.
There certainly is. Here at Phelps particularly, they won the boys 15th regional 1988. Went to the state tournament. Lady Hornets won it in 1988 also, and I believe one other year they won the 15th regional. So they have their banners flying here in the arena, and we're ready for the jump ball as Dale Kahn is ready to toss it up. And a tip goes to Phelps. Well, we heard the pregame interviews, and we want to have a fast game from Pikeville, and it'll be a contest on who can control the tempo as Phelps works it in from the foul lane. A missed shot up, no good by number 21. Scramble for the ball, and there's a whistle by Kahn. Tim, if you'll get the fouls.
Okay. It's like a foul on number 10. That's Scott Justice. That's his first. It's the team's first.
Okay, Scott Justice on the line. Bud Sanson, number 3, a left-hander. Southpaw puts it up. Good. First to 2. 1-0 lead for the Phelps Hornets as they quickly get on the scoring column for tonight's game. Sanson, the lefty, throws up another and too hard off the back of the rim. Rebound to Pikeville. Nice pass underneath to 14 up off the board. No good. Rebound fought for, and Phelps comes up with it. That was Wagner who missed that turnaround jumper, and Phelps is in a hurry. Underneath it goes deflected out of bounds by Pikeville to Phelps.
So we're going to see our first three-pointer of the year over in the corner.
He hesitated for a second. I thought he was going to take it too. Inbounds, it will be under Phelps' own basket. There's a short jumper, no good. Rebounded by number 32. On that board was Minetti. Moved the basket, no good. And traveling is called on Justice, Scott Justice, the 6'4" center for Pikeville. Just a sophomore.
Pikeville's got a good-looking lineup. They're pretty young, and as Kevin Garris said, they want to be quick up and down the floor. I tell you, brings back, I guess, memories when you coached. I don't know if you all played the up-and-down style or not.
Oh, we love the up-and-down style. I think if I could remember, I think I almost invented the up-and-down. Here we go, scrambling backcourt, no good. Pikeville intercepts and goes all the way for the lay-in and a foul. Number 12, a nice interception there by Chad Jones of an errant pass by Phelps, and he's fouled as he went in for a layup, Tim.
Foul was on Daniel Lester, number 45. It's Phelps' first foul. It's his first foul.
Chad Jones fouled in the act of making a layup. Has the first one, and it rolls around and goes in. And that's the first point tonight for Pikeville as Chad Jones, a 5'10 senior, scores 160-pounder. Second one short. Rebounded in there by Pikeville.
Ben Wagner.
Jones with the ball. Underneath it goes, and they almost lost the ball out of bounds, but retrieved, and the shot put up, scramble for it, and Phelps comes up with the ball. Long pass down the side. Underneath it goes, spin move up, and another whistle. Traveling was called.
Good call by the official. I thought down here under the basket was a good no call. It was kind of incidental contact, and the official did the right thing by not blowing his whistle.
Chad Jones in control of the basketball as Pikeville comes across the mid-stripe, facing man-to-man to Phelps. There's a penetration, a kickoff, another penetration, and a foul from behind. Good call by Dale Kahn, the official, on number 23.
James Dotson. Second team foul. Coach Garrett said Pikeville's going to push the ball up the floor. They're some kind of nervous, don't they? They're not really pushing it.
Neither team has settled down. They're not real sure of their offensive patterns yet. Pikeville will inbounds it underneath their own basket. Out it goes to number 32 as he travels. The referee says he picked up that pivot foot there, Tim.
Well, that's the obvious call, I guess. I was watching Lou Rowe the other day from Massachusetts. He did it quite a bit, never got caught.
Well, they don't call anything traveling in the college level anymore, NBA. Phelps in control, 1-1 score, 6 minutes and 12 seconds to go early in the first period. Phelps moves it around the perimeter. Looking inside, there's an errant pass intercepted by Pikeville. We're going the other direction now. 3-on-3, off it goes to Chad Jones. In control, cross court it goes, and there's a long three attempt, no good by Chad Jones. In and out, another foul.
I think it's going to be on Daniel Lester again. That'll be his second foul.
Daniel Lester, 6'3", center forward for senior for Phelps, commits his second one, and Jones inbounds it for Pikeville. Deep pass, it goes out. Moved around the perimeter, and there's Jones from the corner, no good. Rebound by Justice, up and in. Nice putback by Justice.
A great shot right underneath the basket.
First field goal for the Panthers as they continue to pressure the ball as Coach Garrett said he would. Nice intercept, nice penetration and dish off to Justice, and he was fouled.
Looked like they got Chad Jones with the foul. I don't know if he had the most contact or not, but that was who the foul was on.
And Chad Jones and Justice at the line for Phelps will shoot two. There's going to be a lot of foul shots in tonight's basketball game, it looks like. Early in the season, Justice puts the first one up, no good. It rims off to the left.
So far, Phelps is 1 for 3 shooting from the free throw line. That's where you really need to get a lot of points, especially for late in the ball game.
Second one is really good. It knocks the bottom out, making it 3-2. Pikeville leads by 1 point, and substitution comes in. Did you pick up that substitution, Tim?
I didn't for Phelps.
Doug Powers comes in for Pikeville, and number 10, Justice, goes out. Chad Jones in control for Pikeville as he cross-courts it to his teammate Wagner. Phelps in the 2-3 zone as they move it around the perimeter. Penetration, no good. Kicks it off to Jones. Picks up a fumble in the corner. Phelps in that 2-3 zone, pretty tight in there, trying to stop the penetration. There's Jones faking, kicks it off to Wagner. Long three, no good. Rattles in and out. Pikeville on rebound on the baseline. They reset the offense, work it around the perimeter. In the corner it goes to 24, no good. He misses. Rebound by 5. Number 5, and the whistle blows.
Doug Powers with the rebound. Fouls on Doug Powers of Pikeville.
Doug Powers was pushing off as he garnered in that rebound.
Kind of not fair for Pikeville here. They got two quarterbacks in the ball game, and everybody knows how successful the Panthers have been. They got Jonathan Pruitt and Doug Powers.
Well, Phelps is called for traveling that time. Number 21, that's Matt Mercer, the coach's son, was traveling with the ball. Good-looking basketball player, good size, 6'3". Phelps in that zone right now. They're trying to stop that penetration. There's a drive on the baseline, kick back out to Wagner. Long three, good. That's the first three tonight, isn't it, Tim?
It's the first three that went down.
Phelps now setting up their offense in a stack offense. There's a pass off on a long three by Phelps, no good, rebounded by Pikeville.
Pikeville did a very good job blocking out that time. Under the basket was completely empty of Phelps players.
Jones over the Wagner. Jones has it in the corner, almost loses it, still dribbling. 32 in the post. Errant pass into Powers, deflected by Phelps, and Phelps comes up with the loose basketball. Pikeville in this man-to-man. Phelps trying to set his offense now.
Took his eye off.
Lane moving the ball. Yes, Lane moving around the perimeter. There's another foul. Referee blows it.
Looks like it's going to be on number 12, Chad Jones. That's going to be his second. Playing a little too tight defense. Things are still real tight this early in the ball game, this early in the season. I'd say both coaches would probably be tickled to death with maybe less than 10 or 15 turnovers before the half.
And the referees are going to call it tight. We can see that already. Both teams better have good benches tonight, or at least they'll get a test of what they have on the bench, because there's going to be a lot of fouls called tonight.
Right. 3:49 left to go in the first quarter. It's 6-2 Phelps.
Their pass picked up by Pikeville. We're going the other direction now. Number 11 picked it off. Ronnie Hall, and there's another bad pass.
I gave you the wrong score. I said 6-2 Phelps. It's 6-2 Pikeville.
Okay, Phelps in control now as Pikeville puts on this man-to-man pressure. Pikeville just laying back, staying up in front of the defense. Working in, there's a drive and a kick back out to 41, and he takes a short jumper, which is good.
Goal by Steve Lane for Phelps.
Steve Lane, the point guard for the Phelps Hornets.
6-4, Pikeville still on top.
Phelps in his zone defense picks off a bad pass. Another bad pass for Pikeville. They've had a couple turnovers in succession. As Lane works the point, over to the wing it goes, back to the point, resetting the offense. Over the perimeter, right perimeter, looking underneath there. There comes, in the post it goes to 42, and he was fouled by contact, no whistle. Pikeville staying at man-to-man, Tim.
Yeah, it looks like Phelps is satisfied with working the ball and seeing what they can get down low. They're not really taking a lot of outside shots.
They're working the ball deliberately, controlling that tempo. There's a nice move by Sanchez into the lane, but he's traveling again.
That's a good call. Good call. He did travel. He got fouled, but it was only if he took that additional step.
Several turnovers early in the game. 2:32 to go in the first period, and I think both teams have made several turnovers and several fouls.
Right. Pikeville's got Roy Hall into the game and Kevin Stepp.
Pikeville moving the ball around the 2-3 zone to Phelps. They're looking over zone defense, trying to figure out how to penetrate or get a good shot. Into the lane it goes, kick back out to number 11, and he shuffles his feet. Good call by the referees.
Another good call by the official. Pete, you were a coach, you know, against a zone defense, 2-3 or whatever, you got to move the ball around pretty quick. And I think that's where it's young in the season. You know, Pikeville's kind of methodical right now.
Yeah, and I've been watching their spacing. I think they need a little better spacing against that 2-3 zone. And you got to set up something like a 1-3, 1-1, and have your double post working and wing to point to wing and move the ball quicker. Nice strong three. NBA shot there by number 21. Matt Mercer, the coach's son. Puts in a long three, a beauty. Bringing the score 7-6 with Phelps on top as Pikeville is still having problems with that zone 2-3. In the post it goes. And the whistle, I don't know, I believe the whistle was before the shot.
I think he gave it to him.
Did
24, yeah, he gave him the basket.
Good basket.
That was 24 for Phelps, so that's Darren Casey.
Okay.
So Phelps has got 14 fouls.
Okay, and number 5 we have
Doug Powers.
Doug Powers trying to finish a three-point play, and he does. He finishes nicely. It rolls in. 9-7. Pikeville on top. There's the pressure. Having an effect. Lane driving all the way in the lane. Losing control. Pikeville recovers.
Good back tap that time by Pikeville.
Going the other direction. In the middle, number 11 drives, penetrates, no good. Rebounded by Lane.
2-on-1 by Phelps. See if they can convert.
Follow-up, nice follow-up and a miss by Lane.
Off and Pruitt with the rebound. What's the call? Official blew the whistle. Don't really know what for right now unless the fellow's got blood on his
He has to leave the game momentarily. Number 23 is coming in for Phelps.
I think he got a finger in the eye more than he got blood on. Looks like he's holding one eye over there.
Rory Hall. Step. Penetration by 24. Rebound up and in by Powers.
That's a good move. Pikeville's going strong to the hole right now.
Pikeville still in this pressure defense. Number 23 is in there at the point guard for Lane. That's Dotson. Moving the ball inside, and it's deflected out of bounds against Phelps. Another turnover, team.
Another turnover. I tell you, I wish I brought a score sheet to where I keep track of the turnovers. It's 11-7 right now. Pikeville's on top. Looks like 53 seconds left to go in the first quarter.
Hall and Step out front for Pikeville. Nice move into the lane by number 20. He puts it up too hard. Rebounded by Phelps. Hornets. That was a nice move by Doug Powers for Pikeville, but he missed it. Shot a little too hard. Pikeville still man-to-man. Inside it goes. Almost deflected. Picked up again. Turnaround center by 24.
That's Casey.
Casey. We're having a lot of substitutes in here, Tim. It's hard to keep up with all of them right now.
It's our first game, too, Pete. I don't know if people out there can appreciate doing this, but it's kind of hard when you don't know the people.
There's a tripping foul. I believe that's on Dotson.
It's on 23.
Yeah, Dotson for Phelps. 11-9 to score. 17 seconds in the first period of action here at Phelps High School. As we bring you the opening game of our season, as far as Tim and I are concerned. There's a long three-point attempt by number 11, Hall. No good. Rebounded in there by Phelps. 9 seconds to go.
I thought Papa would work it to the last shot.
Long three attempt, good. Up and good. Nice shot by Matt Mercer, second one. Desperation attempt is no good as the first quarter of play comes to an end with Phelps on top, 12-11. This is WPRG TD5 Sports, and I'll turn it over to Dr. Don in the studios. We're back again at Phelps High School on the campus of Phelps High School in Pike County in eastern Kentucky. And to my left is Tim Trenton. And Tim, we just had a very furious first quarter. What's your comments on that?
It was a furious mistaken field first quarter. There were a lot of turnovers by both teams, but you know it's kind of expected this early in the season. Both teams really not gelling yet. It's probably going to be, January or February before these teams really get familiar with playing with each other.
Absolutely. Pikeville still trying to solve that 2-3 zone, moving around the perimeter of Phelps. They're ahead by, they're down to one. There's a nice penetration up and no good. He missed the easy shot, but good penetration by Hall. Back out to Chad Jones. Long three, good. Well,
that was a very good job that time by Pikeville moving the ball.
Chad Jones buries it from the right wing, putting his team on top, 14-12. There's a steal, almost a steal, but Lane comes up with it now, and then a pass goes underneath and out of bounds, deflected by Hall from Pikeville.
Phelps had the numbers that time, but he made the mistake. He had two men open on the side. He tried to go down under with it. Pikeville still had two men underneath the basket. He probably should have shot the ball out and maybe got an outside shot.
Phelps with the ball now. Inside it goes. The spin move by number 3. Shot deflected and blocked from behind as Pikeville moves it quickly in the other direction on the baseline. We have a foul, a whistle, as Powers was driving the baseline. What was the call there, Tim?
Looked like 23, James Dodson got called for a slap across the wrist. That'd be his third foul. That's Phelps' 16th foul.
Not in the bonuses yet as Pikeville inbounds it underneath their own basket. I'm thinking that Pikeville needs to go over the top a little more on their passes. They're giving direct passes. A lot of deflections in the game. As Chad Jones buries a three from the corner, but the referee, Dale Kahn, says
he's going to wave it off. Doug Powers was caught with an illegal pick.
Okay, moving pick. That's something that coaches will straighten out as time goes on, these moving picks. So Phelps will inbounds the ball at the far end away from basket. Deflection again out of bounds. Chad Jones almost made a steal there.
Well, he telegraphed the pass. How, as being a coach, you teach a player to look one way, throw the ball the other.
Lane being guarded closely by Rory Hall of Pikeville, and that tight man-to-man. Coach Garris likes to do a nice behind-the-back dribble. Now there's an example of a nice intent by Lane, but he should have gone over the top.
Right. Well, he came down the floor. He did a good job getting away from his defensive men, and he went right back in the middle where there was three men. Both wing men were open. You got to go where they're not.
Quick hands by Pikeville's defense, deflected it out of bounds as Phelps puts it in underneath their own basket. Pass out deep to Lane as he sets the offense. Gets the double stack going. There's a kick out. A crossover top of the lane. Nice shot up by number 24 from Phelps.
Aaron Casey.
Casey buries it. Nice pattern by Phelps as they were able to work their offense.
We got a tie ball game, 14-14 with 6:40 left to go in the second quarter.
Penetration by Hall, up no good. And number 10, we have Scott Justice back in there. He rebounded it. The 6'4" sophomore. Good-looking young kid.
He sure is.
Got that rebound and was fouled on the putback.
Aaron Casey. That's Phelps' 7th team foul.
14-14 tie. 6:35 to go in the second period. As Justice is set for two. Up and good. Giving his team a 1-point lead, 15-14. He would try for the deuce. Second one is no good. It rims out and knocked out of bounds by Phelps. No, by Pikeville.
I think it was knocked out by Phelps, but the official didn't see the man come over the top.
We'll say Chris Taylor or Dale Conlon saw it correctly. Go ahead.
We both know officials don't see it wrong.
Lane is handling that ball between his legs, behind his back, and over it goes on the wing. Left wing buries a deep shot. Matt Mercer again.
Wonder if he gets in trouble at home when he shoots.
Pikeville hurries back and answers. Chad Jones with a nice jumper from the left wing. Phelps moving quickly down the court. Baseline shot missed. Rebounded by Pikeville all the way to Chad Jones underneath for a gimme. Good.
This is what we thought we were going to see earlier. It's heating up now.
Up and down running game was Pikeville Lacks. Intercepted by Pikeville. Chad Jones with it up and no good. He missed the easy one. Knocked back in. There's Roy Hall. Short jumper. He feeds Jones on the baseline up and rolls in. I'm even getting excited now.
Yeah. I tell you, with fast-paced action, it's tough not to get involved in the ball game.
21-17. Pikeville spurts out on top.
5:30 left to go in the half.
What do you think about that run, Dr. Don? He gave me thumbs up on that. It's a nice run. Underneath it goes to Phelps as they miss a layup. Rebounded by Pikeville. They're moving quickly in the front court. Over it goes to Jones, and he's fouled. Fouled hard on that layup.
It's 24. It's Darren Casey. Phelps has got two young men right now, both with 3 fouls. Darren Casey and James Dotson. That's also the 8th team foul on Phelps this half, so they're over the limit.
Chad Jones will go to the line. Well, I don't know how many times they've been to the line now, folks.
Mike was 3 for 5 from the line.
21-17 lead for Pikeville as Jones puts up the first of 2 and he knocks the bottom out.
He's 2 for 3.
17. What's that, Tim?
Chad Jones is 2 for 3 from the foul spot.
The second one is up and good. 23-17. 6-point lead as Pikeville's in their all-court pressure. Lane attempts to bring it across. He does, and he sets his offense against that strong man-to-man of Pikeville. There's a baseline drive, up and good by 45. He just came in there. Lester is back in there. Long 3 on the left wing, good by Hall.
It's Chad Jones.
Oh, was that Chad?
Chad Jones has absolutely lit the boards up here in the past minute and a half. Pikeville's out in front, 26-19. Phelps just took a timeout.
A big run by the Pikeville Panthers here in the second period of action, as we will turn you back to the studios and Dr. Don. And with that, this is Pete Grigsby with Tim Trent for WPRG TV5 Sports. He wants comment. Back again as the two teams had a rest period. Dr. Don, I know, is scanning the crowd and the cheerleaders and teams. And while he's doing that, Tim, what's your comments here about this first part of the second period.
Well, I tell you what, Kevin Gary said Pikeville's going to come out and run they have. And I tell you what, Pikeville's really lit the boards up here in the past minute and a half there. Phelps cheerleaders out on the floor, I tell you, they're real popular here, but nobody's more popular probably than Dr. Don. I tell you, I haven't traveled with him much, but he signs autographs wherever he goes.
Well, we walk in tonight, and he's covered up with equipment. They still recognize him. So I don't know about Dr. Don. Well, 4:49 to go in the second period, 26-19, as Phelps will inbounds the ball against full court pressure of the Pikeville Panthers, and Phelps relies on Lane to get the ball up completely, and he does an excellent job behind the back dribble and everything. As they work the stack offense against the man-to-man, they wing it around the top of the keyhole again. Long three attempt, no good, rebounded by Pikeville.
Phelps is getting to a point now where they need to sit down and work for a basket, because I tell you, if Pikeville starts hitting their threes, it could be a long night.
Penetration there by Pikeville's Ramsey, and he was fouled in the act of shooting, and I didn't pick up the foul. Tim, did you get it?
Looked like it was on... I don't have a 42. I thought he signaled 42.
Ramsey, a 6'2 freshman, certainly has a good last name. I remember years ago as he misses the first of two foul shots. Frank Ramsey, University of Kentucky, All-American great. I had the pleasure of playing some with him, watching him play rather, and he became a great in the NBA, and he certainly has a good last name. But Ramsey, the freshman, missed both of his attempts and was rebounded there by Phelps as they try to reset their offense. Lane in control. They work their stack offense around the perimeter. Underneath it goes back out to the top of the keyhole, penetration. Nice feed off, good feed to number 42. That is...
I don't know unless that was the boy that went out earlier with the injury. He's changed jerseys because I don't have a 42 on the roster.
I believe that's, well, that's right. Nice penetration on the baseline, the foul by Phelps, number 21, Mercer, Matt Mercer. Matt's talking to his father on the sideline. He's giving some instructions on that. I'm sure about that defensive baseline move there that he got by with. The Pikeville Panthers went in there and were fouled again. Now they're in the bonus.
Yeah, Phelps has got 10 fouls. Josh Lynch.
And they missed the front end of the bonus, rebounded in there by Lester, who is back in the game. Lane in control. And Lane's been closely guarded and fouled by Lynch, Josh Lynch, who is really putting some pressure to Lane, but Lane is a very good ball handler, good experienced point guard.
Yeah, that's only the fourth team foul on the Panthers here in the first half. I tell you, Pikeville's doing a good job managing their fouls.
He inbounds it to Lane. Pikeville still man-to-man, and then Phelps running the stack offense. There it goes to Lester. A nice 17-footer of the foul.
Daniel Lester. I'm going to go ahead and put down, well, I see number 3 out there now. I was going to say that the 42 was Bud Sampson, but I see Bud out there. So.
We'll find it in a minute. I believe he was one of the starters. Well, another turnover, a foul.
And puts Phelps in the bonus.
Yeah, that was a foul. Phelps will go to the bonus, trailing by 3 points with 3:20 to go in the second period of action here. And it's really been a lot of action, folks, for the first game. Both teams are anxious, they're enthusiastic, and they're playing with a lot of energy and enthusiasm. And the referees are working hard, so it's an exciting basketball game.
Okay, I just asked Phelps, his cameraman here. It's Donald Farrell, number 42.
Front end of the bonus was missed, rebounded by Pikeville. We're going the other direction. Hall in control, penetrates, and there is a travel call on Hall as he penetrated into the post and was cut off by Phelps.
Sometimes you can penetrate too far on a fast break. You got to give the ball up out front or set the ball back up.
That was Donald Farrell who blocked his path to the basket and caused the turnover. Phelps now in control. Lane resets the offense in his 1-4 offense. Penetrates all the way. Nice dish off underneath. Up and in by Farrell. Donald Farrell. 26-25. 1-point deficit for the for the Hornets. As Pikeville is a little more deliberate now. Phelps here in this 2-3 zone. There's a long shot from the left wing. Good.
Harris can hit that three. I saw him play last year. If they don't get on him and play pretty tight defense, he can nail you from out there.
Doug Powers from the left wing. Nice three. Lane on the penetration. Resetting the offense. Phelps likes to be a little more deliberate on offense. They're running the 1-4 offense, and they do a good job with it. They just need to go over top. There's an example over top I was talking about. Nice feed, but a miss. Gimme rebounded in there on a long rebound by number 21, and he penetrates. Mercer. Matt Mercer.
I'm going to have to listen to the PA announcer to see who the foul was on. I didn't see the official say. Jonathan Pruitt.
Matt Mercer. Up and no good on the first attempt. The 6'3" forward guard is a junior here at Phelps. Gets ready for the second one, and it's good. Bringing Phelps to within 3 of Pikeville, 26-29 with 2:06 to go before halftime. Nice drive by Hall back out to Chad Jones. Moves across the left wing, and that's the same kid again trying to light it up, but he misses.
Phelps coach is complaining on the sideline that the Pikeville guards are walking when they start their move, and I think I have to agree with him. They shuffle the feet before the dribble goes down.
Body contact. Pikeville going with the missed shot. Underneath it goes to Hall. Rory Hall up and in, number 11. 31-26 now with a minute and a half to go in the second period. There has been a little bit of shuffling of feet. I can understand early in the season. When they call it a lot stricter in high school than they do in the college level anyway.
Well, that's because the college players are just maybe 2 or 3 steps faster. It's hard to catch.
Pikeville still relentless on his defense, tenaciously hanging in there. Nice move. Nice pass by Lester.
Daniel Lester.
The senior center, 6'3". Pikeville, Roy Hall from the right wing, no good, too hard. Rebounded in there by Farrell. Phelps goes the other direction with it in a hurry, and the ball knocked loose, picked up by Phelps. Penetration up, left-hander, no good. Rebounded in there with a short gimme, no good. Another rebound.
Bottle Farrell. Rebound. I tell you, Pikeville kind of stood around that time, and Phelps had 4 bodies underneath.
Farrell worked really hard for that basket as Roy Hall penetrates the Phelps defense and is fouled. No, he's called for walking.
He took an extra step there. But I tell you what, Pikeville, sometimes you can live and die by the threes, as we know from Kentucky from past. Pikeville's kind of relied on that the past 2 minutes, and Phelps has snuck back in the ballgame.
31-30, 1-point deficit with 39 seconds to go in this first half. An up and down basketball game. A lot of action, a lot of fouls, a lot of walking, a lot of good shots. Just everything you want in a basketball game. We have it here tonight at Phelps. As Phelps is looking for that last shot, 25 seconds go, Lane in control. Pikeville hanging in there as they're looking over top pass, but they're not going to make it. 16 seconds.
Phelps running that 1-4, but they don't run any plays off of it. Everybody just kind of goes their own direction. You don't see any pick and rolls.
Matt Mercer penetrated to number 3, a shot block, a scramble underneath, a whistle, and what do we got? We got a whistle.
Looked like he got Chad Jones with the foul. He did. Chad Jones with the reach in.
All right, we have the buzzer to end the second period. The referee will decide if the foul was committed before the end of the period, and it was. He's going to give a bonus foul shot to Phelps. And what's the player's name at the line? I can't see his number.
Bud Sampson.
Okay, Sampson, number 3, and put his team ahead. He hits both of these. No good, he missed the bonus, leaving his team behind 31-30. And at halftime, we have Pikeville ahead by a slim margin of 1 point. And what an exciting basketball game we're watching here tonight, folks. We hope you enjoy it. At this time, we'd like for you to know this is WPRG TV 5 Sports, and we'll turn you back to the studios in Harold, Kentucky. Once again, we're back here at Phelps High School, just beginning the third period of action. The score is tied, 33 apiece, as Phelps takes a short jumper from the lane, no good.
Steve Lane hit a three-pointer just coming into the second half for Phelps, which put Phelps out, brought Phelps back to a tie with Pikeville 33 all.
Penetration, nice dish underneath, no good. Picked up by number 21 from Phelps. Passed down the floor, shot taken off the side of the floor, no good.
Good drive by Ben Wagner.
Wagner penetrates and lays it up and in. Matt Mercer with the ball.
Pikeville starting the second half with the full court pressure again, and Phelps is leaving the job to bringing the ball up to Steve Lane, who just hit that three a few minutes ago.
Lane across mid-stripe, works the ball around the perimeter. He has it looking underneath. Pikeville still in this man-to-man defense as they're leading by 2 points, 35-33 early in the third period of action.
You think playing a man-to-man with just 5 or 6 players, does it wear your own team down by the end of the game?
It could if you don't have enough stamina or enough substitutes. Inside it goes, picked off by Pikeville with the interception, deflection, all the way, drives number 5.
Doug Powers. .41 with the foul, that's Steve Lane.
Doug Powers. We're going in and out right now. Here's Doug Powers with his first attempt. It rolls in. 36-33 as Pikeville extends his lead to 3 points.
Powers attempting the second free throw here. Comes off the front rim.
Short. Rebounded by Pikeville. Chad Jones. Long three, good by Pikeville's number Wagner. Makes a three-pointer. Pikeville still pressing as Lane controls. 39-33. Pikeville still leading by 6. It's the longest lead of the night. When Phelps lights up a long three, no good. Rebounded in there by Pikeville's Powers. Down the corner it goes to Wagner. Up, no good. Rebounded. He got his own rebound there.
Good move by Ben Wagner.
Baseline jumper, no good by Pikeville. Rebounded by Sanson of Phelps. He's in a hurry, going the other direction. Looks underneath, no good. Outside penetration in the corner. It goes to long three by Phelps.
Daniel
Lester.
Seems like Phelps is going to say, well, you're going to shoot the three, we'll bring it right back.
They answer with their own three as Pikeville turns it over again underneath their own basket.
You know, I've noticed with this type of tennis shoe, it looks to me, I don't know if the floor is wet or it's just the type of shoe, but it seems like they slide just a little bit easier.
Pikeville still pressing as Lane does a good job getting up the court for Phelps. Coach Mercer's trying to get his team to settle down and run his 1-4 offense. A little more deliberate right now as Matt Mercer passes over to a long three. A nice shot there by number 23.
James
Dotson bears it as Pikeville tries to answer.
Doug Powers on the goal. Action's heating up here, Pete.
4:23 to go on the third period of action. Lane in the backcourt, bringing it up deliberately, penetrates the middle, kicks it off in there to Mercer. Foul called by the official as that penetration was negated. Phelps will inbounds it underneath their own basket. Sanson will toss it in.
Foul was on Josh Lance for Pikeville. It was his second foul. Pikeville's first in the second half.
Sanson has it in the corner, drives the baseline, and is fouled. There's a whistle.
Number 14, that'll be Ben Wagner.
On Ben Wagner. Do you have how many that is on Wagner?
That's it, Ben's first foul.
First foul by Wagner. 4:10 to go in the third period of action.
I thought it was going to the line.
Inbounds it goes. Lane into Sanson. The left-hander dribbles, curls the lane up with the left-hander. No good, too hard. Rebounded by Pikeville. Long pass to Chad Jones. He drives up and off the glass. Good.
Good move. Chad Jones is a dandy little ball player. He's a good ball handler, good outside shot.
Phelps bringing it back. Nice dish off in there to Lester.
Daniel Lester.
Good move. Nice shot by the big guy.
Don't blink your eye. You're not mixed up with him.
They're moving it fast up and down the court. There's Wagner. Long three. No good. Rebounded in there by Lester. Lane in control now as he sets the offense up. He's the quarterback for the Phelps team. Inside it goes. It deflected.
Good move by Doug Powers to come over that time and do it safely. Come around the man. Pikeville throws the ball away here on the right end of the floor. 3 minutes and 3 seconds left to go in the third quarter. 43 Pikeville, 41 Phelps.
Here's another substitution coming in as Mercer inbounds it. He gets it back.
Donald Farrell coming into the game for Phelps.
Lane driving, penetrating the keyhole, and he is fouled at about the free throw line.
Looks like it's number 15, Kevin Stepp.
We're not in the bonus yet, so Phelps will take it underneath their own basket. Pikeville now leading 43-41. There's Lester has a shot block.
I tell you, there's nobody on the floor that's got the height Doug Powers has got. He's got good legs, and he got all ball that time.
Nice elevation there on that rejection by Doug Powers as Mercer inbounds it.
You know, Powers just a sophomore, too.
Just a sophomore. Good. Good kid. Lane hits it over to Mercer. Mercer in the lane to Lester. Up. Now that was a nice set play. They got Lester open on a pick on the foul lane, and he put it in. He buried it.
Looks like this one's going to go down to the wire. Pikeville comes out with a run, and Phelps comes back with something of their own.
Phelps in a zone. Penetration up behind. No good. Rebounded by Mercer. Mercer loses control. Intercepted by Pikeville. Underneath it goes, and 2 pointers laid in.
Josh Baroni.
By Baroni. Long pass down court is astray, and it goes out of bounds to be Pikeville's ball with 2 minutes to go in the third period.
You know, one thing you don't want to do is to get caught up with a team that pushes the ball up and down the floor if you're a methodical type team, because it ruins your rhythm. You can't play with somebody else. You know, you can't play somebody else's game. You just have to play your own game.
Pikeville probably has controlled the tempo so far in this game, even though it is close. There's a penetration. No good. He's shut off, and there's home on the jumper. No good. Rebound by Lester. Pikeville still pressing. Nice feed off underneath. It goes to
Donald Farrell.
Donald Farrell. Good feed from Matt Mercer that time. As we have a whistle on the other end.
It's like 41, Steve Lane. That's his second foul. I think that's the second team foul on Phelps this half. Scoreboard just shows
10, 1:26 to play, 45-45 tie, up and down game. Pikeville spurts out to a lead, and then Phelps cuts back into it.
Now Phelps plays their own style of ball, and they bring the score back up, and then Pikeville runs in a spurt. It's going to go down to the wire.
Chad Jones out front with the ball, looking over the 2-3 zone as they work the perimeter. Cross court it goes. Nice penetration and a foul by Lester.
Daniel Lester, that's his third foul. I tell you, Phelps has got 3 players with 3 fouls, and that's going to be crucial because we still got 1:13 left to go in the third quarter. They're going to need all these bodies by the end of the game.
Kevin steps to the foul line. How do you like that, Tim? steps up to take 2, as his penetration was very effective that time, and pulled down the third foul on Lester.
Been plenty steps here tonight.
First one is up too hard, off the arm.
Pikeville was 5 for 9 in the first half, at 55%, but right now they're 0 for 3 in the second half.
This one will break the tie if he can make it. 45 all as he shoots the second one good by Mr. Stepp. 46 to 45, a minute 13 to go in the third period. As Pikeville still holds on to that 1-point lead. Here comes the number 21, Matt. Penetrated, kicked it off to the side. They almost lost control, but they regained it as Mercer did a nice job getting it up the floor. There's an open shot at the foul lane for number 24, Casey.
Darren Casey.
That's twice they've worked that same pick and roll.
Phelps' first lead since early in the second quarter. Phelps is up 47-46.
Long three, no good. Knocked out of bounds, and we'll see what the referee calls. It's out of bounds to Pikeville.
Matt Mercer signaled to the official that somebody come over top his back. I don't think it did any good.
All right, there's a long pass in the back court.
Foul on number 3, Bud Sampson, for holding.
And Stepp, the new point guard for Pikeville, running the offense, was fouled.
Before we got him out, we may as well tell everybody who the officials are. Chris Taylor and Dale Kahn. I know you've mentioned them a couple times, but we probably haven't mentioned them both in the same sentence.
Wagner penetrates, dishes off to Hall. Hall penetrates, loses control. He is fouled, says the referee.
And watching to see who he signals. It's like 21. Matt Mercer, that's his second foul.
Okay, number 14 is in there now for Pikeville. Wagner dishes off on the baseline, long one-hander, no good on the baseline. Rebounded, fought for. Underneath it goes to Pikeville's. Justice is back in there, and he was fouled on the putback. He picked up the loose ball and laid it in.
It was a good move by Scott Justice. Coach Kevin Garris has come in with the wholesale substitution of small people when he took Powers out of the lineup and brought back Justice in and 3 small guards.
First one is good for Justice.
3-point play by Scott Justice, sir.
Okay, 3-point play, completion, right. He was fouled on the putback. Here is a traveling call in back court against Phelps. That was against Dotson.
Phelps is having a lot of trouble getting the ball up against a good defense. I mean, against a full court Pikeville. The zone press that Pikeville was using has worked a lot better than the man-to-man press.
Wagner, over it goes in the corner. Well, got it in there by Lane. The boy still penetrates, kicks it across the court. A bad pass.
Well, he held the ball too long, Pete. He should have got rid of the ball earlier. He was kind of in a contest with the young man playing defense.
Rory Hall makes an errant pass. It goes out of bounds. Matt Mercer inbounds it. Gets it to Sanson. Sanson drill underneath. Nice pass in there to, who is that, Lester?
That's Donald Farrell.
Farrell. 42 is Farrell.
So we're tied up again at the end of the third quarter. Long shot by Ben Wagner. What more could you want in the first game of the year, Doc? High school basketball. All knotted up 49-all.
This is WPRG TV5 Sports. We'll take you to the studios now. Back once again at sideline action at Phelps High School between Pikeville and Phelps. We're in the fourth period of action with the score all tied, Tim. 49-49.
Yeah, Pete, we just got a quick foul on number 41, Steve Lane for Phelps. That's his third foul. Phelps right now, I think the official score just blew the buzzer for a 1-on-1 situation, but Phelps has got 4 players with 3 fouls.
That could be quite decisive on behalf of the game at the end of this quarter, as the 1-on-1 was missed by Justice, and Phelps came down with the rebound. We've got to keep our eyes, Tim, on those fouls and on the bonus foul shots and everything at the end of the game. It could be crucial.
Pikeville's in the bonus, but Phelps is not. Pikeville's only got, I think, 3 or 4 team fouls through this half.
Powers takes down a missed shot by Phelps, and Pikeville moves the ball here. This Chad Jones is back in there. Underneath it goes to number 10, Scott Justice. Nice assist there by Chad Jones, who's re-entered the fourth period of action tonight. Lane in control for Phelps. Down by 2. Errant pass. It's knocked out of bounds by Chad Jones. I'm sorry, by Pruitt. Lane in control for Phelps. Sampson with it on the right wing. Across it goes to Farrell. Mercer with the ball as Phelps deliberately works the perimeter of that man-to-man defense. Sticking pretty tight right now. Inside is a curl move into the lane up and no good by Farrell.
You know, it's getting to the crucial time of the game, Pete. Here we're in the fourth quarter. All those turnovers we talked about lightly in the first half may start to mount up here toward the end of the game.
Good inside to Powers. Nice high post, low post feed, and it rolls in there by Justice. That was good moving the ball, Tim.
It sure was. This first time tonight, too, Coach Kevin Garris has got both of his big men in the ball game. He's got Doug Powers and Scott Justice both playing the low post.
Lane hits Mercer on the left wing as he penetrates up with the right-handed, no good. Rebounded up there by Phelps on the putback. That was number 24, Casey, who is in there now for Coach Mercer's Phelps Hornets. Long three, no good by Pikeville. A rebounder on ball, but they knock it. It's knocked out of bounds, and the referees say that Phelps knocked it out.
Phelps player did knock it out of Powers' hand, but I tell you what, Pikeville's still sticking with its guns here. Up 53-51, the last quarter, 6:05 left to go, and still popping those threes.
Wagner inbounds it for Pikeville as he looks. There it goes to Powers. Powers inside it goes.
That's Barone. That's not Barone. It's 32.
Intercepted. Long drive by Sampson as he goes from coast to coast over Phelps Hornet. Ties it up again.
That was a great move to shoot that layup.
Penetration with Chad Jones. Dish off underneath. A miss, but he rebounds his own shot and missed again. That was Powers.
Doug Powers. I think we got a foul here on I thought it was on a Pikeville player. Looks like it's going to be on Matt Mercer of Phelps. And that's Matt Mercer's third foul. So Phelps has 5 players with 3 fouls. So that's going to take its toll here within the next 5 minutes. And I think it's 41 seconds.
Lynch at the foul line for Pikeville with the bonus. Up and good on the first attempt. He gets the second because he made the first.
It's a good rule, isn't it?
It certainly is. You can shoot them, you ought to stay for another one. Up again, good for the second one, and Pikeville spurts out to a 2-point lead on the inbounds pass. Pikeville's Wagner knocked it out of bounds, so Phelps will inbounds it again. Pikeville sticking with that press, and a nice defensive effort made by Wagner.
Good defensive effort, wasn't it?
But he was guilty of fouling, but he stuck right with Lane.
He knows his moves. Lane's brought the ball up the whole game, and he goes predominantly to one side, so Wagner tried to pick his pocket there. That's Pikeville's 4th team foul, so they've still got, I think in high school, they've still got 2 more fouls to give up before winning the bonus.
Coach Garris of Pikeville likes to teach that aggressive man-to-man. He really likes to get in your face. In your beard, I used to say. Sampson driving on the right side, penetrates up with a left-hander off the board, no good. Rebounded by Powers.
You didn't have any players that had beards, did you?
No, I got worried when they had beards because they would attract the girls. Out of bounds it goes, and Phelps is in control again, going the other direction. Down by 2. It seems like they're down by 1 or 2 the whole game. They'll tie it up occasionally, and then Pikeville spurts out to a short lead as Pikeville still tenaciously hangs in there with that man-to-man defense that the coach likes to teach.
Phelps has only led twice in the game, early in the second quarter and early in the third quarter, so
they've been playing catch-up all night, seems like, but not very far behind. There's a nice turnaround jumper, and it rolls in. Boy, it got the bounce. It got the bounce. Tied up now, 55 all. 55 all as a pass goes inside, deflected out of bounds by Phelps. Pikeville inbounds it with 4:39 to go in the 4th and final period. We are all tied at 55.
It's a great game. Pikeville's working around the perimeter, going back to the old threes.
Oh, that out-of-bounds play worked mighty good for Chad Jones as he drew it inbounds, broke to the corner. He was giving the ball back, and he just knocked it down.
I'll tell you what, that kid shot well all night. He's got, looks like 4 threes tonight.
Mercer on the left wing looking over man-to-man defense. Underneath it goes in there to Sampson, up and in with that left hand. That's where that left hand comes in handy.
Good strong move, too. He wouldn't be denied.
Pikeville moving on the baseline. Back out front. Jones has it. Wagner has it. They're moving the ball very quickly around the perimeter. Jones, a long three on the right wing. Good. Write it down. Write it down.
5 threes for Chad Jones. He's got 26 points tonight.
26 for Chad Jones. We need him playing for UK now. When he can hit that many, he's doing an excellent job tonight. Mercer, long three from left wing, no good. Too hard. Rebounded by Lester. Up off the backboard, no good. Rebounded by Powers.
It's like Phelps players kind of give up there. They just threw the ball up and they still got plenty of time to work it.
Wagner to Jones, and Jones drives the baseline and is fouled by Phelps. Did you pick up that foul, Tim?
Looks like number 24. And that's Darren Casey. That's number 4 on him.
With that, we have a timeout on the floor and a lead by Pikeville, still 61-57, a 4-point lead with 3:20 to go. And do we want to keep it here for the stats, Dr. Don, or cut it? Okay, he says let's cut it. Let's go back to the studio. This is WPRG TV 5 Sports. Back again here at Phelps High School with 3:20 to go. We have a timeout on the court, and with that, Tim, I wonder if you give the fans some statistics of the game.
High school, can't hardly hear because of the band. Chad Jones has got 26 points. He's got 2 personal fouls. Roy Hall's got 2. Jonathan Pruitt's got, he's got 5 points. Ben Wagner's got 5. Kevin Stipp 3. Josh Maroney's got 2. Doug Mellors has got 10 points. Scott Justice has got 10 points. For the Phelps Hornets, they're led in scoring by Daniel Lester with got 14 points. I tell you what, it's hard giving statistics when there's a band in your right ear.
All right, Phelps High School band is in total support of this team tonight as Chad Jones steps to the foul line and he buries it on the first attempt. Did you say that's his 26 or 27?
That's his 27th point right there. If he gets this one, it'll make 28.
The 5'10", 160-pound senior is playing one well of a basketball game. The second one is good, too, on target, as Pikeville again spurts out to a 6-point lead. I think that's about the largest margin they've had tonight. Well, they may equal the largest margin.
That's true. It's kind of hard for Phelps, who tries to be methodical, to come back.
Sanson kicks it back out to number 24, Casey. Casey drives in there with a nice shot off the backboard, narrowing the lead down to 4 points by Pikeville.
That was Casey's 8th point.
Jones penetrates, kicks it over to Ramsey. Ramsey drives, no good.
Good call. We walked before that, actually. You probably saw it, but referee picked up the second. Ben Wagner coming in the game, replacing Kevin Stipp for Pikeville.
Mercer inbounds it to you-know-who. There's that point guard, Lane.
That's right.
Does an excellent job out there at point guard working the ball. Mercer on the left wing penetrates, dishes across to 24, who was blocked out solidly that time.
Darren Casey.
Casey missed that time. They worked that play 2 or 3 times and scored on it this last half, where they break the forward across and receive the pass off the screen at the foul line.
Right. Phelps is doing a pretty good job in screening, but I haven't seen, well, there goes Pikeville setting a screen for Chad Jones to go all the way.
They cleared out the middle and allowed Jones to drive the middle.
It's Daniel Lester with his 4th foul. Phelps right now has 2 players with 4. Daniel Lester and Darren Casey, Matt Mercer, James Dotson, and Steve Lane all have 3 apiece.
2:22 to go in the 4th and final period. Pikeville's Chad Jones on the line. It's up and good. He knocks the bottom out of that first attempt. 64-59. 2:22 to go. Pikeville on top of 5.
Games are won and lost right there at that charity scrap.
Misses the second attempt, and Phelps comes down with the rebound. Mercer with it. Long pass underneath to Sampson. Fake up with the left hand, no good. Scramble for the rebound, and Pikeville, that's Pikeville's Powers, knocked it out of bounds according to the official.
Looked like there was some good contact underneath that basket too, didn't it, Pete?
Right. Timeout on the court now. With that, we'll have this timeout, 2:10 to go, and the 5-point lead by Pikeville, 64-59. We'll take you to the studios and Dr. Don once again. This is WPRG TV5 Sports. Back again at Phelps High School with this basketball game with Phelps and Pikeville. Tim, you're down by 5 points, 2:10 to go. What's Coach Mercer going to do?
Well, he's got a couple players over there that can shoot the ball. Pikeville lately has been popping those threes. Pikeville's been up and down the court. Phelps is not used to going up and down the court. Pikeville's defense is making them work the whole 94 feet, if you want to call it, here on the high school floor. But I think Phelps is going to hit some good picks for their outside shots, Mercer and Farrell. And, they got to take a crack at it. If they don't, I don't really see that they can hold the ball. Phelps is going to get a couple quick and good shots off.
Right. I look for Phelps, too, to come out with full court pressure on defense, try to steal the ball and cause some turnovers from Pikeville as Phelps bounds the ball to Lane. Lane's looking underneath. He's setting his 1-4 offense. Ball's on the wing. Pikeville still playing man-to-man. Lane is resetting the offense at 1-4 again. Here's the inside screen over here. Sampson has it on the wing, looking underneath. Mercer comes across with the ball, and Lane with it again, resetting the offense.
They need to set some good, strong picks and open the shooters up outside. It's going to take maybe 1 or 2 3-point shots. There's only 1:36 left to go in the game, and you're down by 5.
Looks like they're letting some valuable time run off. Sampson looks for a long one. He can't take it. Well guarded. Cross court to left wing. Back to Lane at the point. Lane penetrates all the way up. And no good. There's contact and a foul called. And it's blocking. Lane will go to the basket.
He kind of give Ben Wagner the old forearm there going through, trying to clear his way a little bit, but it was probably a good call. Foul on Ben Wagner. It's only Pikeville's 5th team foul, so they could still give one more. And, they're going to give him 2 shots here.
2 shots on that penetration by Lane. As Lane drove the lane, he was hammered.
He had the lane, was he?
That's right. The way he's played tonight, he's on the lane. 1:23 to go, down by 5. These are crucial foul shots.
They sure are. Every point counts. I tell you, in high school basketball, there's many games won and lost at the free throw line because there's quite a few chances.
The first one is good. 64-60.
It's his first trip to the free throw line tonight. Free throw line.
Down by 4 with 1:23 to go. He puts it up. It's good. Knocked the bottom out of it again. There comes Phelps with full court pressure, and I believe that was a foul.
That was a good call. Phelps has still got time enough to play some good defense, but you don't need to be doing reaching in because Pikeville's already in the bonus.
Sampson got a little overly aggressive. He might have hurt himself a little bit. He's shaking up, but he'll be all right. A nice looking southpaw for Coach Mercer and the Phelps Hornets.
Of course, the clock stopped, and if you're Pikeville High School, you want the clock running right now. You don't want it to stop for anything. But Josh Lynch has got a bonus here, 1-1.
Lynch puts the poster up, and no good. It rims out. That's a very crucial miss. And on the rebound, there's a jump ball, and the narrow possession points to Phelps.
What a break. That's something we really haven't talked about tonight because we haven't had any jump balls.
That was a costly miss by Pikeville on the foul line. Phelps is in control with 1:14 to go. They're moving the ball around the perimeter, looking inside. Sampson looking inside, over to Lane. Lane resets the offense. 1-4 offense.
If you score here, Coach, do you call a timeout?
I believe I would. I might want to change strategy or just put some pressure on Pikeville. Lane out front. Resetting the offense again. They're taking a lot of time on this. Long three. NBA three by Sampson. I can't believe it. What a shot. What a shot.
Tied up again with 41 seconds left to go in the ball game. Do you hold it for one shot?
No, I play it. And Pikeville does play it. They're aggressive. Underneath it goes to Powers up. And he is fouled. Pikeville is an aggressive offensive team. They are up and down, so Coach Garris wants to run that play. He wants to go with the ball, and I believe he's correct on that.
That's Mercer's fourth foul. Michael's going to take a timeout here. That's Mercer's fourth foul. That's going to send Harris to the line for the sixth time tonight.
With that timeout, we have 33 seconds to go. And the score is tied 64 all. So we're going to keep it right here while Dr. Don scans the team crowd. So Tim, I don't know which way this game's going to go. Do you? You have any idea?
Yeah. It's like the old playground game. It's up and down, you know. I think if you're Kevin Garris, you know, he tells his guys to hit the first one. You know, let's take our chances on the second one. Maybe we can get the rebound. If not, play good hard defense. If you're Phelps, with 33 seconds left, what do you think? They'll call timeout as soon as they get the rebound, or will they wait to get down here to set up a strategy?
I believe that Phelps will more than likely, the style of game that they play, more likely try to take the last shot if they get it with the 64-64 tie. But it could be that I noticed they've been trying to hit underneath against Pikeville. When that didn't work, they tried to clear the lane so Lane could drive. So it may be maybe they play the first good opportunity for a shot. If they do, you can bet your dollar that Pikeville will be back in a hurry. They'll come back real fast. I think, too, a lot will depend on what this foul shooter, Powers, does. I think that's what Coach Mercer is setting up right now. What if they make it? What if they miss it? We rebound.
Something important to remember, too, he was fouled in the act of shooting, so he gets two shots. It's not a bonus. So,
right.
That's why I said Coach Garris said hit the first one, you know, and then we'll take our chances on the second one.
I believe that Phelps, if Pikeville scores one or both foul shots, will take the first good shot they get. I believe they'll work for that good shot. Now, the shot by Sampson was unbelievable. His NBA range, it was as if there was nothing else he could do with the basketball but shoot it, and he buried it from about 25 feet.
I wish that could have happened to me when I played basketball.
Howard up, and it rolls in. Pikeville regains the lead, 65-64.
Now when your tennis shoes start getting tight.
Second one, good. 66-64, 33 seconds. Phelps inbounds the ball and is immediately fouled by Wagner. I don't know about that, Tim.
It was kind of a heavy call, but I tell you what, in high school basketball in Eastern Kentucky, sometimes in the last minute or so, the officials will let the game out, they'll let the game go, and pretty physical, and then they get down to the crucial time, they'll call a little touch foul.
Well, I see what Pikeville was doing. They didn't have him in the bonus, so they threw that one away, but it didn't run any time off the clock.
Right, that's something Pikeville wants. They want the clock to go.
Right.
They want destiny in their hands. They want Phelps to take a quick shot or to give them time to get back down the floor.
25 seconds long, three, good by Lane. And Phelps regains the lead, 67-66. There's long pass underneath to Jones. To Pruitt. A long pass to Pruitt after that three-point shot by Lane, who buried it from out deep for Phelps, and to give them a one-point lead, an early lead that they haven't enjoyed too much tonight, but at the right time. 16 seconds to go. Pikeville hurriedly moved the ball down court and found Pruitt wide open, and Pruitt was fouled as he attempted to lay up.
That was Daniel Lester for Phelps with the fifth foul. And I tell you what, I'm sure glad this is on TV, because Dr. Don, I know, got him going over top Pruitt's shoulders with the body flip there and the slam on the floor.
What an exciting game to start the season out with. And don't forget, folks, we got more coming Friday night from Floyd County as South Floyd plays Pikeville. These same Pikeville Panthers in their new arena on Left Beaver Creek in Floyd County. And on Saturday night, McCoy County invades the Betsy Lane Bobcats at Betsy Lane. So don't go away this weekend. If you do, watch these basketball games. No good. Pikeville misses. Rebounded for the ball. There's a foul for in that scramble. Something happened to him that the referee saw. I didn't see it. Looks like the foul was on 24 foot. The Pikeville fouled in that scramble for the basketball. 14 seconds to go.
I think that was the field. Coach, I may have taken a timeout anyway and let it go.
Lane will be on the foul line. No, we're having a timeout. That's to ice the foul shooter. Pikeville called a timeout. Well, very exciting. Phelps gains the lead 67-66, 14 seconds to go. And their really good point guard, Lane, their senior point guard, is on the foul line. I think he's a senior, isn't he, Steve Lane?
No,
yes.
I think 23, James Dotson is the one going to the free throw line.
Oh, is he on the free throw, Dotson? Okay.
I think so. But Coach Kevin Garrett said we only wanted to think about it. And I tell you what, 14 seconds left, we've probably still got a minute left of basketball, you know. With the rebound and the timeout, take the ball down the floor, take the shot, you know, and it's not foul.
Well, it's been up and down all night long. It's just like Coach Garris told us he was going to play the game that way. Phelps has hung in there and played mostly that style of basketball they had to because of the lead Pikeville's enjoyed all night long. So Phelps has had to really, even though they deliberately set up that 1-4 offense, they had to move the ball very well to get a lot of shots, and they actually played with the tempo that maybe been dictated by Pikeville.
Yeah, Pikeville's pretty much had it up and down. Yeah. I tell you what, though, regardless of the outcome of this game, it shows that you don't have to lead the whole game to win it.
Absolutely. UK found that out last Saturday at UCLA. 67-66. Dotson up, no good. Pikeville rebounds. They're on the move. Wagner has it. Ramsey. Wagner penetrates. There's contact and a blocking foul is called.
4 seconds left to go in the game. James Dotson just picks up his 4th foul. That's something you didn't want to do if you Phelps.
I know Coach Mercer didn't want that foul.
You just got a 1-point lead. You don't want to give somebody the chance to take the lead with no time left on the clock. I mean, with the clock stopped.
4 seconds. Phelps on top by 1. Wagner at the foul line now. Phelps is calling a timeout to ice Wagner on the foul line.
Well, I guess turnabout's fair play.
Well, that's the strategy of the basketball game. Plus, they want to know what to do with the basketball in case they get it. Phelps does, and in case they make the foul shots, and in case the foul shots miss. They don't have much time, so Coach Mercer's going to set up that last shot if he gets the opportunity. At any extent, they possibly can get a 3-point shot off to tie the game.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you. You being a coach, even if Pikeville made both shots, no time runs off the clock. Phelps has got the ball back. And if they got enough time to run a play, you know, it'd be this early in the season.
That's right. They have enough time to set up for a 3-point shot. And really, if they could execute a 2-pass play, they could pass toward the center line and toward the goal and maybe get an open J or something like that, even within the 3-point stripe. And if they need the 3-point shot, they can certainly do the same thing to set a shooter outside the perimeter for a 3-point shot. But we'll see what happens. 4 seconds to go.
It's crunch time.
Wagner at the foul line for a bonus. You watch it, folks. You watch it. Here it goes. No good. Phelps rebounds and is fouled.
And Wagner got the foul. That's his 5th foul. 1 second.
1 second left the clock. 3 seconds to play. And we've got to really appreciate this game, the opening game of the season, Tim. I really appreciate it.
That's sure. I tell you, for my first game with WPRG, it's sure a great game to watch and a great game to call.
We're certainly getting an exciting start this year, and 3 seconds to go.
That's the 5th foul on Ben Wagner. I don't know if I could be heard of me to go over top of the band. But I tell you what, like I said earlier, we had 14 seconds, and that was probably 10 minutes ago. We've had several fouls and foul shots and
timeouts.
Timeouts. There's a lot of points scored in basketball without the clock running.
Absolutely, and 41 Lane is up there. And we predicted that the foul shooters would win or lose a game. Pikeville has missed their bonuses. They've missed their opportunity on the foul lines. If they lose this game, they lost the game on the one-on-ones they missed. Lane up and no good. Too strong. 2 seconds. Long desperation. No good by Pikeville. And can you believe it? What a comeback by the Phelps Hornets. 67-66 over top of the visiting Pikeville Panthers. What a basketball game. What a comeback. A job well done by the Phelps team and the Pikeville team. Both teams should be proud of the effort that they made tonight. Both coaches have to be proud of their team. Someone had to win and someone had to lose this basketball game. And it appears to me like now Phelps, with a brief celebration in the center of the court, a well-deserved one, goes off with the home victory 67-66 over top of Pikeville, who missed down the stretch from the foul line. With that, we'll be right back with the wrap-up of this game. I'm Pete Grigsby Jr. and for Tim Trent, this is WPRG TV5 Sports. Once again, we have the victorious Coach James Mercer of the Phelps Hornets here at Phelps High School Gymnasium. And we're real happy to have him on our program again as we had him on a pregame show. And what an exciting opening game for WPRG and the Phelps Hornets. Coach, I just can't believe it was such a terrific game.
Yes, it was an exciting game for both teams to start this early season with a close one like this. It's a lot of pressure on the kids, and it was an excellent game for the fans to watch also.
Well, I noticed that Pikeville stayed with their game plan because you had a player out, and that was to pressure your guards all night long.
Well, we assumed that. We assumed as soon as they found out that we had one of our good ball handling guards out that they would stay after us, and they've got an excellent coach, and he did stick to his game plan, and he just pressured us to the end, but our bench did an excellent job for us. Somebody said they thought we had 23 points and 8 or 9 rebounds from our bench tonight, and that's what we've tried to stress with these kids is we must have a team effort. We play what we call an 8-player rotation, and tonight our kids rotated well and just did an excellent job for us.
I also thought that Lane, your point guard, did an outstanding job considering the pressure he was under all night long.
You know, I've told people, all the coaches that I talk to, that he is one of the best point guards in the region, and I really believe that. This kid, he takes all the pressure that these good defensive people on the other teams put on us. He handles it, he brings it down, and he runs whatever type of offense or whatever offensive play or set we want to run. He just does an outstanding job for us, night in and night out.
I thought your son Matt did a good job for you tonight, plus Sanson toward the end. You know, he hit that NBA three there that nobody knew he was going to shoot it until he just launched it, and that puts you in the lead for the first time for a long time in that second half.
Well, we have some outstanding perimeter shooters. You know, you mentioned Matt, and he is a good shooter. He's only a junior. And Bud, the Sanson kid, he can just light it up. You know, when he gets going, I thought Pikeville keyed on him a little bit tonight. They leaned to his side a little bit, and it did open things up for the other side. But that's what's going to happen this year. When Sanson comes off of a game where he's hit a 25 or 27 or whatever, and it's what he's been getting, people are going to shade him. They're going to key on him a little bit, and it's going to open up things for our other people. And I thought Bud did an excellent job tonight in his shot selection. He looked the floor over, made some good passes. we just got a team effort from our people tonight.
Your two biggest boys did a pretty good job inside too.
Yes, Darren Casey, Donald Thurl, and Daniel Lester. Those three guys, they've really been getting after it. That's primarily the three people that we're going with inside, and we try to get a good rotation there to let them get equal amount of playing time and keep them rested, and they did a good job tonight.
I noticed toward the end of the game that your 1-4 worked a little bit better when you were putting the pick on the weak side swing player coming through the foul line and getting an open shot at the foul line and burying. I think Lester hit a couple there.
Yeah, we've had some success with that, although sometimes we leave before the screen's set, and those are things that this early in the season that we obviously know that we're not doing well, and we're working on that, but we like that 14 baseline, we call it.
Okay, now tell me what was your strategy with 14 seconds to go? Pikeville on the foul line, and they could tie it or go ahead, and you called a timeout to ice the shooter, of course, and then you had some strategy, I know, for your team. Fortunately, they missed a foul shot, and you still had some strategy. What were you thinking about? What did you instruct your players there?
Well, to be honest with you, we have a set play that we won a ball game up at Garden, Virginia with last year. Had they made both those free throws, we have a play designed, and we've only had to use it a couple times, and it's worked to perfection for us. And the guys were jumping up and down in the huddle because the guy that throws the ball in gets to throw what we call a strike. And it was a play that we didn't have to use, and I really don't want to discuss it with you. But
that's all right.
But we were ready. We have an outstanding play, and the kids love to use it. But we were prepared. We had a set that we were going to use. We felt real confident that had he made them, that we were going to score on the other end.
Okay, that sounds real good. And I knew you had a set play, but I just wanted to know that they were ready for it regardless. If they made the foul shots, and of course they missed, and Dotson or one of your players was fouled.
Yes, that's another thing that we've been preaching every practice is getting after loose balls. Last year it was a big time weakness for us. When the ball got loose, we wanted to go back and get ready to play D. And this year we're trying to get our kids to get after it, and we're picking up some fouls. As we're going after these loose balls, people are fouling us, and it's giving our kids an opportunity to go to the free throw line.
A great win tonight for the Phelps Hornets and their coach, fine coach James Mercer, and I know you'll enjoy it at home, and I know I enjoyed calling it. It was very exciting. And we didn't know who was going to win, but your team came from behind several times tonight, and you caught them right at the buzzer, sort of like UCLA caught UK last Saturday.
Yes, it was. Well, anytime you grab a win at the buzzer like that, trailing and you hope to turn it up a little bit at the end, it's a great win for our school, and that's what we're striving for, to be able to play with the good teams, with excellent coaches, and Pikeville has that. But we're real happy, and this is something that'll really get our pride back here at our school. And I want to put a good word in for you guys, Dr. Don, and you guys just do an outstanding job. And it's really good to see you guys over here because our fans really appreciate it. And again, it's good for our school, and you guys do an excellent job.
Well, thank you very much. We appreciate that. And I've complimented you quite a bit tonight, and so has Tim. And one thing I'd like for you to tell the crowd is, what do you think about this tie?
Well,
Dr. Don, get this, because Coach looked at that tie tonight and he made a comment. What did you say to him?
Well, the first thing I said was that's probably one of the best looking ties that I've seen, and the reason I said that was because I had one just like it.
Well, thank you for that compliment. What's next, before we close this interview, what's next for the Phelps Hornets?
Okay, this Saturday night we play Pike Central, and then next Tuesday we've got the Williamson Wolfpack in here. And like I say, our schedule it's a tough schedule. It doesn't get any easier, but game in, game out, it's going to really prepare us for district tournament.
Thank you, Coach, for this interview. The victorious coach, Coach Mercer, Phelps Hornets. It's good to be over here and do these games for you, and we appreciate your hospitality, and we hope to come back soon.
You come back anytime you want to.
Okay, thank you, Coach. The victory to the Phelps Hornets, and now Tim is going to come in, and we're going to try to give a little wrap-up of the statistics. It was a little difficult tonight, folks, because we didn't have a scorebook. And we're going to have to get us a scorebook, Tim, next time.
Plus, I didn't know that we was dressing up for the occasion. I guess just Chuck Scoville in the dock.
You didn't know I was going to wear my basketball tie, did you?
No, I sure didn't. We'll start with the Panthers here. First, Chad Jones had 29 points to lead all scorers in the ball game.
29 points, Chad.
29 points. He had, looks like 4 threes and several free throws. Roy Hall had 2. Jonathan Pruitt ended up with 5. Ben Wagner 3, Kevin Stepp 1, Josh Lynch 4, Josh Barone 2, Doug Powers with 12, and Scott Justice with 10. For the Phelps Hornets, they were pretty well balanced. Steve Lane, who we talked about all night about handling the ball, he had 10 points. Bud Sampson ended up with 9. Daniel Lester had 12 to lead all Phelps scorers. Donald Farrell had 6. James Dotson had 6. Matt Mercer, I just got it down for 3, but I believe he had 10. I believe I've got that on the wrong line. Since it's my first night, I guess I'm allowed a mistake.
I'd say it was 10.
Okay. Darren Casey had 8, and I've got Jonathan Campbell down with 2. So Phelps played most of the night with 7 or 8 people, and so did Pikeville. But I tell you what, it was sure all you wanted to see in a basketball game for our first game of the season, wasn't it?
It was a great opener. I'm telling you, Tim, I didn't expect this, but if it's an indicative of the season that's ahead of it, it's going to be a good one.
I tell you, anywhere you go, especially with the doctor, there's excitement in it.
What's your assessment of the win tonight by Phelps? A come-from-behind win.
Well, you know, like we talked earlier, you talk about UK. You don't have to lead all the way through the ball game to win. Sometimes basketball is more a game of momentum than football is, and it comes in spurts, it seems like. And like we talked about all night long, you know, basketball, there's a lot of points scored with no time running on the clock, and it's who can hit their free throws and who can't. And tonight, Phelps did.
You know, I thought the turning point in the game was that long three-pointer by Sampson over there on the right wing when it seemed like he had nowhere to go with the ball, and he just jumped up with that left hand and buried it from about 25 feet. I thought that was absolutely the change of a game right there.
Well, that had to be the change in momentum for Phelps, because they were really kind of lackadaisical there for a while. They'd missed a couple shots and they were disappointed, and that kind of brought life back into them. And
put them ahead point too.
Right, and then it seemed like, well, every time Pikeville would get out by 6 or 7 early in the game, you know, on a three-point spurt or something Chad Jones would do, then Phelps would just methodically come right back. And I got to hand it to Coach Mercer. He stayed with his game the whole game, and he came out on top.
But what about that Chad Jones and Coach Garris's Panthers, who played a terrific basketball game, and the victory could have gone to them just as easily. So really, they have nothing to be ashamed of. They played a great basketball game, and his team gave it a superb effort on defense. I believe he got out of his kids what he wanted. And let's face it, if he had made his foul shots, his bonuses and foul shots at the end of the game, Phelps could not have gotten the lead late in the game.
Well, that's for sure. But something else you got to remember, too, with Pikeville, they're a football tradition, and they just came out of the semifinals of the state championship. Jonathan Pruitt, Doug Powers, Barone, a couple other players that have played tonight have only had 4 or 5 days of basketball practice. So, hey, you know, if I was a Pikeville Panther fan, you know, I would wait a few more weeks, and this team's going to jail.
Oh, yes, definitely. And we'll see more of them Friday night at South Floyd when Pikeville invades Floyd County. They have nothing to be ashamed of. A great basketball game. We led throughout, but missed shots at the foul lane, plus the hot streak there, the good execution of the Phelps Hornets at the end of the game brought out a squeaky 1-point victory for the Hornets. So we're very glad to be here tonight with Tim Trent and Dr. Don. I'm Pete Grigsby doing this basketball game from Phelps High School, and we hope to see more of these two basketball teams throughout the season. So what a way, Dr. Don, to start the season off. You picked a good one. So this is Pete Grigsby Jr. for Tim Trent and Dr. Don for WPRG TV5 Sports saying good night, folks. We'll see you again in some other basketball arena.
All right.